I just realized I haven't filmed like any of the home improvement things I've been doing. The main one has been painting. So I'm doing my office. My new desk is here. Window, I took down the curtains. They were awful curtains. Maybe I'll show you a picture. I don't know. But I should have just like filmed this as like a home renovation kind of a vlog. But the last bit of this paint here, there's still the bathroom to do. Maybe I can film the bathroom so you can see what an awful pink color. Everything was like, this was the hottest pink. It's not even showing up as pink as it is on camera, I'm sure, but this is the last little bit I have to do. Then my office is painted. The rest of the house is painted. There's one bathroom, and I don't think this is the right color for it. The colors I have are just not right for it, and so I have to find something that's gonna work better. Green was vetoed, apparently. Home improvements are going really well, and then at some point I'll have my office all set up. Okay, I just finished filming the other video. So I'm gonna show you around a little bit, starting with my office. Ooh, my desk and my window. It's actually a really nice room. So all of this was pink and I painted it. There's a bathroom over here. This bathroom is still pink. I'm working on it. Actually, you can see I sort of started fixing it. I don't know if this is gonna be the final color. I don't know if this is the best color for this bathroom because the sink is just like, look, that, whoop, that color's in my kitchen and it's not right. That doesn't look good to me. And that the colors in here, and they're both kind of wrong. So we'll figure that out. But anyway, I have a loft. Ooh, my beautiful, I don't know why, I just am like a sucker for the loft. But I got these cool new lights. I got rid of these really old, also, this house is so old. Actually, the guy who painted, he fixed some of the windows too, and he fixed the beams. They were really in need. But the blinds, oh, there's still some in the downstairs, but in the bedrooms I just had to rip them all out. But the blinds were, you take a Clorox wipe and you wipe across and the whole thing was black. And I was like, that's not worth cleaning at that point. So we're doing curtains that I brought from the other place. I didn't have to buy any new curtains, but I was like, we are not having that much dirt build up. So yeah, so the walls used to be pink and now they're beautiful. Let's go on downstairs. I've got my Christmas decoration. We have this little tiny, look at my, oh, let me plug in the light, 1 second. Everything is in such a state of unpack, but look at my cute little tree. I got something little that the baby could enjoy. So there's my cute little tree. Come on with me. We've done the kitchen. The kitchen needs so much. Oh my gosh. So pulling out the fridge, pulling out the oven, and just cleaning under everything, that was huge. Oh, something I cannot recommend enough because it took me a little, I didn't do it right away. I cleaned the rest of the toilets, okay? I cleaned and sanitized like the outer toilet. And then one day I was like, I need to take the lid off. So I took the lid, like the seat cover. Oh, you've got to occasionally take your seat cover off and clean. Oh, the horrors. The horrors. It was so, and it wasn't my pee. That was the problem. So I can't recommend enough. Occasionally just doing that because it's disgusting. I had to like soak it in, oh, it was so bad. But I have this really cute kitchen window. I've got some plants. Some of these are my mom's, just trying to winter in my kitchen. Some real cute plants. Let's see, it's all kind of a mess because it's all in a state of unpack. We have an unfinished basement, which is actually, I'm a huge fan of an unfinished basement. Oh, here we go. My room, which also is in a state of unpack because I'm washing the sheets, but I have a purple wall, which I'm so excited about. There's also, it's kind of, oops. I just had to run off to talk to the people fixing some of the exterior cracks. There were a couple of cracks that were a little bit more concerning, so we had those repaired just to make sure, really just weatherproofing it. It seems like there may have been a point at which this house was not ideally weatherproof, like a lot of rain getting into the foundation kind of a thing, and then the last owner seems to have mitigated for a lot of that. I added some extra things to try and make sure that that was okay. Other things I should show you. Oh my gosh, this is probably the funniest one. I had to change every outlet cover. This is kind of my dumping room right now, but it's going to be a mudroom. But take a look at these. Okay, she had every single solitary kind of outlet cover. None of them match though. They're all totally different. And like within one room, they'd even be different. There's so many. So I switched them out for just plain white ones that are unassuming. So I had to change because every single outlet, every single light switch had like weird mismatch. If they were all the same, it'd have been like, it's not quite my style, but at least they're the same. They were all different, all of them. So we fixed that. One of the other things that I had to do was add these little insulation layers in the outside wall outlets because it's freaking freezing. I don't know. This house is just old. It's not insulated well. But the outlet covers I noticed were like freezing cold at night. We had some really cold days. So I got just these little foam pads that you put in there, and it seems to have helped a lot. The other thing I did, because this is it was like retrofitted as a gas fireplace. I guess it must have been anyway, I got one of these covers for it because the cold air was just pouring in. This cover has solved the issue. So a couple of things like that. There's still, I have to refloat a beam, which I need to call a contractor for. I've called so many professionals. The painting in this room, because I have these vaulted ceilings, I had to have a professional come and paint just this room. I painted the rest of the rooms myself, but like I couldn't do some of that. So the painter did that. I mean, people have been really, really nice. I've been able to kind of negotiate and work with people. And plus I had saved up a whole bunch. But yeah, so the house is just kind of in a state of getting prepared. There are other things, like the gates have to be rehung. There's a gate on each side of the house, and they both were just, they're really hard to open, and they don't shut all of the way because they're just, one of them is holding too much weight. It's just too big a gate for the hinges it has, and the other one is just hung poorly. So in the springtime, we'll be doing all the outside stuff, and I'll be able to bring you along for that. But for the inside stuff, I had to have a plumber come and snake the drain that the washing machine was on. I thought the washing machine was broken. No, it turns out it was the drain it was draining into just had a lint buildup. So I've had to have a plumber come. It's just like, at some point, I've got to get an electrician in because whoever did the electrical in this house was not a professional. They were not an electrician. There's no way. The basement has a whole series of lights, and each light has like a light bulb and then one of those long, like halogen kind of lights. And each of them has its own individual pull cord. Wow. Each and every one. None of them are connected to anything. The front door, the light in the front door, now the new lights I have are on remotes, but there's switches at the front door. You'd think, oh yeah, it turns on the light in the main room. No, the switch at the main door, well, there's one that turns on the light outside, and there's one that turns on one outlet. Yeah, and then upstairs, I don't need to show you, but one of the outlets on the upstairs, the switches, both of them turn on the outlet for the opposite wall. It's so weird. There's so many like weird things like that to get used to, which is kind of the fun of an old house, isn't it? Like you kind of get used to just the eccentricities. Here, we'll sit in front of my tree because it's pretty, of a new house. Things that I didn't have to do moving into like a new build kind of a house. It's a lot more interesting things that are going on here. But then also like the issues are just different. Like all of those issues were things the builders had cheaped out on or hadn't done and things like that. And here it's like someone has lived here and these things have clearly worked for them in the past, but they're old, they're run down, they have their own issues. So it's a lot of repairing things that just need some repair. It's a lot of fixing things that someone else really liked that I'm like, oh, it's not to my taste. So those kinds of things. But if you've ever moved into a house of any kind, it would be so interesting to see like what things did you have to do. Like obviously the cleaning was so, I wish I had filmed the cleaning. The cleaning would have been so good. The bathrooms, my mom luckily did a lot of scrubbing in the bathrooms. It still needs more scrubbing just because of the grime buildup over the years. Hey Toff. But the toilet thing, oh my God, please take the lids off of your toilets and clean under those hinges where the seat sits. Those hinges, you gotta do it. It was so nasty. Wiping down your windows, that makes a humongous difference. It's crazy. I knew that from living up in Washington because we would get mold on the inside of the windows if you didn't clean them regularly. You'd get almost like, yeah, it was like mold growing on the inside of the windows. So you knew to wipe them down. But even here where it's drier, you still, a lot of light difference when we wiped the windows down. Yeah, changed out the locks. That was another thing that we did. And I got the carpets professionally steamed cleaned because actually, here, I don't know if you can tell how nice the carpets are. Actually really nice. They're in really good condition. She kept them really clean. Either that or they were fairly new for her. Yeah, one of the two because they're pretty good, but just to make sure. And I will say, after getting the professional steam clean, and then, having construction workers and delivery people and all of that come through, my little robot vacuum, my little Roborock, it absolutely clogged. It's only been like 2 weeks that it's been running in this house, and this morning I had to pull out this massive clog, like absolutely clogged from just that. And that's after these carpets were like totally clean. So, you can't clean enough with an old new house. But yeah, I'd love to hear your stories. Like, just what kinds of things did you need to do that you weren't expecting to? What kinds of things do you recommend people do? What things are you like, make sure you have done this? Most of them I've probably done. Like, we've been working hard on all this, but like, let me know all of your stories. So lovely to talk to you. Hopefully you enjoy the little footage throughout of different things I've been doing. But yeah, talk to you again soon. Bye. Just want to show you one more thing that I did like right away. I put these non-slip mats on the staircase coming down. That made a huge difference. They went from feeling kind of like sketchy to pretty darn solid. And at some point there's gonna be a cat flap in that door so the cats can come down in the basement. Right now they're not coming down at the moment. We had been having the flooding issues with the laundry machine. But anyway, I'm gonna go do some laundry.